Hey everybody, and welcome to a perilous wild ride with Steve-O. This week we've got Matt McCusker. It's just a wild one because we recklessly broach subjects that made me kind of nervous, such as the Riyadh Comedy Festival. And then, man, Matt just goes into some stuff that I'm like, dude, I don't even know if that needs to stay in. But fortunately for you, we didn't cut out a darn tootin' single thing. So every juicy bit lives in this episode. And speaking of perilous, you might have seen my knee on Instagram. It got pretty messed up with a stunt that I filmed in LA this week. But I want everybody to know the doctor said I'm gonna be fine. And I'm already walking like perfectly like a champ. And my shows are on. So find my tour schedule. I'm likely coming to you with my Crash and Burn tour. It is epic. It begins November 6th, and I am hitting it hard like we do in this episode. So let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, people of the universe, I bring to you a humble, thoughtful, spiritual, hilarious comedian, Matt McCusker.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, dude, for sure,
Thank
man.
you.
Appreciate you. First off, congrats on the Netflix debut.
Thank you.
Dude, it's epic. And what was the thought process behind, I'm going to film an opening sequence for my special in which I murder a homeless person?
I don't know. It wasn't even like a... I just thought it'd be funny to start like a wholesome, slightly wholesome beginning, like family stuff that like goes a little awry in ways like, oh yeah, you'd expect, and then just like have the day spin so far out of control where you're like, oh, this isn't fun, and I don't like this. I thought this was like a nice kind of family motif, and now, yeah, there's like... Well, originally it was supposed to be just even more. I was supposed to get like, that was going to happen. Then I was supposed to get like beat up by a bunch of hookers and like contemplate jumping off of a bridge, but I think I got kind of reined in a little bit and was like, let's not do too much here. So
Yeah,
I like how it turned out though. That would have been kind of too much.
Yeah. I mean, but was it a pen that you stabbed the guy in the neck with?
Toothbrush.
A toothbrush.
It was a shivved out toothbrush.
Yeah.
Just self-defense.
Yeah. Amazing, dude. And I wondered, like, with that dropping on Netflix, like, are you just like, okay, oh boy, here it comes? Is it like the roller coaster, like click, 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 and you just know that it's like...
I don't know, to be honest. I have no idea, because like I am curious to see what that does, because like I've been touring, things are going good, so I'm like, if it continues, if that helps this kind of continue, great. If something like comes out of it, great. I'm kind of just like taking it as it comes, really. So
I mean, I certainly wouldn't be surprised if like the whole Netflix thing like just makes you explode on some crazy way. Like,
yeah, that'd be cool. We'll see.
Like, and you're how far out are you booked right now on your tour schedule?
So right now I'm working on a new hour. So like I have some club dates. I'm doing Buffalo this weekend, and then I'm gonna do like a couple weekends a month of just at clubs, and then come January I'm gonna roll out like a theater tour.
Nice.
So the clubs are booked pretty good, and come January, I guess like before January we'll start releasing tour like theater dates, and
Dude, amazing.
Yeah, we'll see.
And the Riyadh Comedy Festival, like you didn't go?
No, I didn't even get invited. I didn't even get invited.
Right? Yeah.
But if you were invited,
to be honest, I swear to God, if I'm being totally honest, Shane told me he got invited, and I was like, oh, like the Saudi, what do you like? Is that like a go to the troops kind of thing? And he's like, no, the government
I saw
is
that
sponsoring
clip.
it. And I was, I don't know much about geopolitics, so I was like, aren't they like our allies? And he was like, dude, they, not really. And I was like, oh yeah, right, they were the 9/11 hijackers.
I mean,
so I don't know, man. I didn't know, for real. I honestly didn't know doing stand-up in Saudi Arabia was such a hot button issue. And then so I'm so glad I didn't get invited, because I might have done it. Just like if like, hey, because your agents call you up like, it's a great opportunity. I'd been like, yeah, okay.
Right.
You guys, that sounds good, you know. So thank God. I honestly, I'd love to say like I would never do that, but I might have done it. If I'm being honest.
I was thinking about this, and it's like I completely understand how the whole backlash is happening, and there's like some pretty distinct examples of like egregious hypocrisy.
Yeah.
However, like I'm a diehard UFC fan. And the UFC routinely puts on events in Saudi Arabia, and I never think twice about that. I absolutely tune in to watch.
But has there been any backlash for Dana White having the UFC go there?
Dana's pretty good about not giving a shit.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think that might be the key. But
Dana's got a superpower in that regard.
Yeah. Honestly, I do think it's one of those things where if you're putting yourself on a moral pedestal, you're opening yourself up to that kind of criticism. Whereas if you're Dana White, you're like, I pay guys to punch each other in the head. Like, okay, right. You're mad about the Saudi go. Okay, so yeah. I mean, it's like I don't really know enough about world events, and I for real thought they were like our friends or something in terms of the country. So I didn't really know until it fully got broken down. I was like, oh yeah, that's not great, but also I don't know. I don't really.
I didn't understand that Saudi Arabia was responsible for 9/11. I thought that does that mean that Osama bin Laden is from Saudi Arabia? Like,
I don't know. I know the
Al-Qaeda?
hijackers were Saudi. Apparently, the 14 or however many guys were Saudi. I knew that. That one, I was like, oh yeah, I remember those guys.
That I did not know.
But it's like, I don't know. I have no idea.
I knew about the journalist being murdered. That was pretty
bad.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I went pretty deep into that. I think there was like an hour and a half long documentary about it that was like really gnarly.
Yeah, that's on them, Saudis. That's on the Saudis. They got to own that one.
Yeah.
It is weird though. Like I do wonder. Like I don't know what the end goal. It's like, are they trying to like just a hard rebrand or like now they're into comedy and for what? Like what are they trying to? Are they trying to be boys now with us? I don't understand what's going on.
They've been doing it with combat sports. They're putting all kinds of money into boxing and UFC. Then most recently, they have taken over the entire video game industry.
I've seen that.
Yeah, $55 billion buyout of EA Sports. Electronic Arts, which is responsible for Madden and all these big, huge video games. And that's apparently the largest purchase of a company in the history of time.
Jesus, man. And it's funny. It is a lot of bro stuff. It's just like video games, UFC,
right,
comedy. So maybe they're really trying to be bros.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I'm fascinated by the backlash. I don't know. I'm just I don't know why I'm so. I guess everybody is. It's compelling. Like when everybody's ganging up on a comedy scene.
Yeah.
Well,
for me, I honestly, honest to God, I have a hard time separating how much of the criticism self-advancement for the criticizer, and how much of it is genuine moral outrage. Because it is
right.
For me, if you're a fan, whatever. But when I see other comedians kind of being morally outraged, it's so you were so moral that you got into stand-up comedy. Why aren't you at a convent? Why are you
right?
Or I don't know. For me, I'm really critical about that kind of stuff. I'm like, are you really this upset about it, or is this a hot button thing that gets you to? That's my honest to God take. But then I don't know. Some people really care about this stuff. I don't follow it at all, right. So I don't know. But I don't know, man. It's
when you say self-advancement, I think it's almost just to make yourself feel better.
Yeah. Or just get YouTube views. It gets massive views.
Right.
Oh, yeah. If you get to be I'm the good guy and these are the bad guys, it's all
hopping
right,
on
man.
What's trendy.
And it's also just wait. Now you have eyes on you and there's going to be people just digging into you to be well, let's see what you're up to. And it just happens all the time and people get just crushed. So,
yeah, no, I'm definitely not in any position to
judge.
Yeah, right.
That's my take. It's I've done enough terrible stuff that would have been bottom of the list for performing for the Saudi government. That would have been a lesser crime in my book.
Yeah, dude. So how long have you been married now?
Married for 6 years, and we've been together for 10 total.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was almost a dangerously slow answer. Like,
dude, I'm telling you, we got married during COVID, so we did like a courthouse wedding. Then we did a wedding with our family. So like, I don't know. Our anniversaries kind of scrambled. I'm like, I really got to pin this down because I've gotten in trouble multiple times. Like,
yeah,
you know what next week is, and I'm like, so it's our like anniversary beforehand. I'm like, dude, just pick one, man. I don't know. So
yeah,
6-7 years. I don't know, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Together 10. That's all that matters. We were together for 10.
And like married life, like.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I like. I don't know. I think it comes kind of naturally. I grew up like in like a Catholic family with like 6 kids. My parents are still together, so I got to kind of like, you know, I don't know. For me, it's not that crazy. It feels. When I was younger, I was like, never. And then, like, as you get older, you're like, yeah, this is nice. You know, what else am I going to, what am I going to do? Date?
Right.
Terrible. Be horrible. The older you get, because I was married before and I got divorced. And I had to, like, I got a taste of adult dating at 29. And I was like, I don't know how long I could do this for.
Yeah, right?
It's kind of brutal. After you get, like, older and you're like,
it's not like
you're in high school with your whole life ahead of you and you're under the stars. Like, I love you. You've both been through shit, and you're just kind of like, you better not fuck me over, you bitch. You know, by like dating into your 40s, it's God bless anyone who does it, but that's not for me.
Yeah, dude, I'm with that 100%, man. Like the chaos, the anxiety, like oh my God, like. What's gonna happen to my wiener? You know, like when you're like looking at your wiener and scared, like, okay, I'm gonna look at it. All right. You know, like all that. I don't miss those days at all.
No. Yeah. Oh yeah. When it's all that kind of nerves around a new person.
Yeah, like you know, like health risks. Believe it or not, I don't just want to avoid health risks. I want to actually be healthy. And that's why I'm so into AG1, because it's like comprehensive nutritional supplement every morning. And you know, the best thing about it is that when I'm tired at 3 p.m, just feeling like, I need some kind of energy drink. That doesn't happen if I had my AG1 in the morning. It's helping me with my energy to get through the day. It's making me feel a little bit better about having a crappy diet while I'm on tour. And it's just making me feel good because I know that my nutrition is hella on point. And if you go to drinkag1.com/Stevo, you'll get a free welcome kit with all kinds of cool stuff that comes with your subscription. You get a bottle of AG D3K2. You get travel packs. You get the whole thing for a killer price. And you get to be on point and not have to worry about maybe I'm eating not super healthy. Maybe I'm like kind of tired in the afternoon. Screw energy drinks. Get healthy. Get the energy. Make it happen. Be on point. And that's at drinkag1.com/Stevo. Now let's get back to it. Like, you know, then there's like the sociopathic dynamic of like, I really thought I liked this chick, and then all of a sudden like I'm over it. You know, and then like I'm a terrible person. Like,
and you feel bad. That was kind of my thing early on, where I was like, I just would date, and it was the same thing, and I'd be like, maybe I'm not that into this situation. Then like, as you get older, you're like, this is like kind of diabolical what I'm up to.
Sure.
And it was like, let me just,
Oh, dude, I was terrible with it, man. It was like rinse and repeat. Like, like fully infatuated, which just amounted to misleading a woman, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like totally like just hooking up, which was amounted to being exploitative. And then like a light switch, just lose interest all of a sudden. And then it's like, stepping away and like neglect and abandon.
You basically just described my life now.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Dude, it's
tough,
worse,
man.
dude. Like, and dude, you don't have to be Sigmund Freud to know that like that you yourself don't want to be neglected, abandoned,
Yeah.
So, like, what it amounts to is you're not only not treating someone the way you want to be treated, you're specifically treating them the way you most fear being treated yourself, which is like the recipe for like the exact worst karma that you could possibly brew up. That dude, I don't want to be doing that anymore. I left those days behind a long time ago.
Yeah, man. No, it is. It's terrible too, because that's the other thing. You get old enough to where, for me, it was like as I was kind of like hitting 30 or even like before that, you go on a date, you're in like a, one of those like mini relationships, and you get out of it, you're like, that bitch was fucking crazy. And then like the sixth time you do that, you're like, I think I'm fucked up now.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, I thought everyone was crazy and I wasn't. And you're like, I think I'm fucked up. And because you repeat, we get old enough, you go, I'm repeating a pattern over and over and over and over and over. And you go, I'm fucked up. And you go, God damn it.
Right. So, I mean, that's a strong case for marriage, for sure.
Yeah.
And
it's, for me, it's nice too, because it's like, there's a lot of surface level stuff going on in dating where it's kind of like, the minute your kind of ego's offended, you're like, fuck this, I'm out of here. But then once you're really locked in with someone, like, me and my wife had kids, I was like, all right, like, we're locked no matter what. We're conjoined. And it really forced me to like work on myself in a way that I never would have. Because you start arguing, you're angry, you're like, why am I so angry? You're trying to create this stable, peaceful environment for your kids, and you're like, I should be able to do this, and you constantly run up against a wall of like, but I'm for sure not, and then you have to like continue working through and working. So I think there are like major long-term benefits to it, but it's just, they say like the first 5 years is like a pretty vicious power struggle. And you kind of
marriage?
Yeah. The first 5 years, that's like a lot of them fizzle out right there, and then eventually it kind of like people just kind of figure out how to really click in a way that's like just easier.
So do you feel that now that you're at 6 or 7 years?
For sure, dude. Literally, it was like on the dot, man. First 5, we were battling, man.
Wow.
Yeah, we're both pretty, strong-willed, and we're doing our own thing. But so yeah, first 5, we were. Yeah, I mean, I found out I had a kid. I had a pregnancy test thrown in my head, so. That's like how I found out I had a kid.
Yeah.
And we're both spazzes. That's the thing. Like we both spaz, and we've both chilled each other out. So that's been nice.
On your Speed of Light special, and by the way, the rollerblading intro.
Thank you.
So wonderful. Like rollerblading to me is so funny.
It's hilarious.
Especially because I grew up a skateboarder. So it's like...
Same. I skateboarded when I was younger.
Oh, dude, amazing.
I was not great, but I skated a lot.
Sure.
And yeah, rollerblading was like, I secretly was decent at rollerblading when I was a skateboarder, but I would never show anyone because I didn't want people making fun of me. But then I was like, because I used to go to Boards and Blades in Aston. I don't know if you ever went out there, but it was like, they had a skate park out there, and I would like, one time I rode rollerblades on a half pipe, and I'm like, I'm not fucking bad at this. But I was like, it was a joke. I was kidding. So yeah, that was kind of, it's the funniest way to get around.
Wow. So you and Mark Norman, skaters.
He's actually really, really good. I have a pump track near my house now, and that's all I do now. I drop in, it's a cement pump track, and I kind of just ride the curve. It's fun for me. But I could like, my level of skating was like, I remember I landed like a heel flip before. I did like a 180 grind, 180. That was like my 2 best tricks.
Nice.
So I wasn't great at all.
But you were good enough to wish death upon rollerbladers.
Yes. I knew that
much. But my buddies and I, we were like working on like a skit, the rollerblade basher. It was going to be like a superhero with a cape and everything, and he just nothing but beat up rollerbladers.
Well, what was funny was I thought I could, like, you ride a bicycle, you're like, oh, I can ride a bike. I haven't done it in 10 years. I'll hop on a bike. I hadn't rode rollerblades in, like 12,
when you filmed that opening sequence?
12 years probably. So I was like, I'll pop them on, no problem. I showed up like 20 minutes early before the film crew got there. And I was like, oh, let me just kind of get reacquainted. I feel like I was starting over again from like, when I was like 6. So I like sat in a parking lot and went in little choppy circles. I almost was like, I'm going to call this off. Like, I'm going to hurt myself. And then by the time they got there, I was like, I'm kind of getting. So I like relearned during that whole filming process. I was bad. I was so bad at rollerblading.
Dude, it's so funny, man. I recently filmed like a random bit, and part of it, like, I got on rollerblades, and like I'd like to have thought, people perceived me trying to look bad at it, like for comedy effect. Yeah. But dude, I'm bad at it.
It's hard, dude, and especially like I rollerbladed when I was like a young teenager, when you have no concern for falling. And I got back on at like 38, and I was just kind of like, oh, dude, I could like really mess myself up because my dad has been like a notorious hobby guy, like forever. He gets into things, and it's just like, he got into muscle cars for a while. He's always kind of like fishing, but he has 50 old bicycles in the basement. He restores them. When I was little, I don't know why, one of his things was rollerblading for like 2 seconds. He got rollerblades, he got my mom rollerblades, and he like fell the first time and really fucked his wrist up.
Man.
I remember he just like hung that up. He's like, fuck that, rollerblading sucks.
So your dad's legit a fisher.
Oh yeah, big time. That's one of the ones he's stuck with his whole life.
Does that mean that the joke about his netted shirt with the sweat coming out of the back is actually real?
Yes. Oh dude, he stays Guy Harvey down all times. It's like those fishing shirts, they have the vents in the back. He has camo Crocs. That's kind of like his whole setup.
Dude, you joked that he puts on a pair of Skechers and becomes invisible to women. Like, Skechers are getting kind of cool though, man.
Bro,
and
they're nice. They're comfy too.
Dude, with the slip-in.
Trust me, man. I'm destined. I will step into it eventually.
Dude, I'm committed.
I like them.
That was the oldest thing you've ever said.
No, man.
Slip-in.
Slip-in fucking rules, dude.
Dude, like who wants to untie and tie and like with the fumble with the back of it, dude? I'm stepping in. I don't have time for this.
He makes me try on his Skechers. He's like, just try them on. You put them on, you're like, these are insanely comfortable. He's like, I'm trying to tell you, you keep those. I'm like, I don't know. They're yours. Keep them.
I was just on tour in Canada, and like I bring a fold-up bicycle so I can like kind of roam around whatever city I'm in, and I'm like going to go get dog food for my dog, and I know that that's all the room I have in my backpack, but then I'm biking by and I see a Skechers outlet store. And I'm like,
fuck the dog.
Dude, well, no, I got food for the dog, but now I've got like bags of shoes strapped all to me.
The heavy school bag bike ride, it sucks so bad.
I used to go to the grocery store. Getting a good plug right now.
Yeah.
Dude, they're legit, man. They are legit. They're nice too. I like those.
Yeah, dude. That's epic. So I'm talking about marriage here. I was engaged for a long time, and then it just turned out that it wasn't going to be it.
Yeah, disengaged.
Yeah. And there's no disrespect. I think I had the most amicable breakup of all time.
That's
and,
good.
We're in a great place. We've got a great relationship. But it does leave me wondering, like, I feel like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, I don't want the chaos of being a single guy. And I don't know if I'm cut out for, like, the long haul.
Yeah. That is kind of a pickle. Well, also, the one always seems better when you're in the other. You're like, I wish I was with someone. Yeah, exactly. And you're like, man, I kind of like having my own free time. And I mean, at least you didn't. Here's the thing, though. At least you didn't just go through it. Just put the blinders on and be like, we'll do it anyway. Because then it's like, So it's tough. Yeah, man, it's one of those things where it's like, you got to just pick one and just see the good in whatever you're doing, man. If you're a single bachelor, just rock it out. I have a good amount of friends who don't have kids, and they're like, I feel like I'm wasting my life. I should have some kids. I'm like, free time's kind of nice too, dude. Like, don't sell yourself short. Like, I have maybe an hour and a half of free time a day at home, and it's like I used to have. That's all I had was free time before. Now I have none. So I'm like,
Dude, I got a big time vasectomy, dude.
There you go.
Yeah.
Big time.
Where they cut it all the way down, like on the bottom underneath the balls.
Well, no, I made a bit out of it. Like, I filmed it, and then, like, immediately out of the vasectomy, I went, like, in my little gown, like, bareback horseback riding to go. It was like a whole bit. And then I rode the horse to the kid's birthday party, and they hung me upside down dressed like a piñata, and all the kids are whacking me in the nuts. But here, so we recently came up with a special phone number for the listeners of the Wild Ride podcast to send,
Nice.
to leave voicemails. We asked them to give us voicemails explaining why they may or may not be an absolute piece of shit.
Perfect.
And there's one right here that we just heard. We were tickled by it. And we thought that as a married man, it would be great to get your feedback on this. Now, before we discuss whether this listener is or is not a POS, let me tell you something that is not even up for debate. There is room in my wardrobe for plain colored t-shirts with no print on them, if they are absolutely awesome and super comfortable. And that is what I get from True Classic. Plus, they've got awesome jeans, which, by the way, are my new favorite jeans. They got sweatshirts, underwear, you name it, and it all rules. And you can save all kinds of money on it if you go to trueclassic.com/Stevo. And why would you do that? Well, because it's totally affordable, and they've sold over 25 million t-shirts to more than 5 million customers, and they have over 200,000 5-star reviews. It's undeniable. So upgrade your wardrobe and save by going to trueclassic.com/Stevo. Now let's get back to it.
What's up, guys? So for the longest time now, and this is all 100% true, I've been taken off telling my wife I've been going on work trips, and I'll either fly to Vegas or go to other gambling destinations with friends and buddies and gamble for days at a time. I've been doing this straight for 20 years now. I plan on continuing. Never been caught, I will say. Never cheated. Never once. But at the same time, it's definitely behind her back. She doesn't like gambling, man. It's really the only way I can get away with it, and it's the one true thing I love in the world. You know, we have plenty of disposable money. That's not an issue, but it would be a bad day if she found that out.
I'm so glad we came up with that phone number for the listeners.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So wait, what are your thoughts there?
For doing it for 20 years and not getting caught is crazy.
And what's more, it's the only thing he loves.
Dude.
But he's not run into a problem with expendable income.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like doing cocaine like a gentleman for 20 years. You know, like it's pretty. That's the most impressive thing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I always, though, I err on the side of like, I mean, I kind of tip my hat to him, honestly. I've always flirted with the idea of fake bachelor parties. Just like tell your wife, like, oh, my friend from college has a bachelor party, then your friends are like my friend from college. You just all pretend to go on a fake bachelor party and go do stuff. But like, I don't think I can pull it off. I feel like you got to tell your wife stuff like that, because if you're hiding stuff, it's just
100%.
It's just bad, dude. Man. It's like
100%.
I've known people who have done that where they're like it'll be like, I like to do mushrooms, but I don't want my wife to know. It's like, just tell her you're doing fuck. Just tell her to do it. If you want to do them. Don't hide them. That's weird, and that's also a recipe for disaster.
There's a saying: the way you do anything is the way you do everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like as soon as you get caught being dishonest about anything, then whatever you say about everything is no longer credible.
Yeah, true. No, that's the thing. I mean, the question would be, do you just come out now, clean slate the past, and go, you know what, I kind of want to go gambling, and then leave? I don't know about the 20 years of secret gambling trips. That could do more harm than good.
Never been caught.
I know.
He loves it more than anything in the world. Like, it's I mean, I got to tip my hat to him as well.
Yeah, I mean, never cheat. It's a big one. I love how he's just like, hey, I never cheated. You know, he's in Vegas all the time. He's gambling secretly. It's like, yeah, you would think A would go to B, but no, he is kind of a gentleman about it. So
yeah,
I don't know, man. I feel like.
So is he a piece of shit?
I think he's a master of his craft. I think I question if if your wife hates gambling that much and you love it that much, and you can't be honest with her, like, there's definitely some issues there.
Yeah, there is. I mean, look, I just don't like the anxiety of lying. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I am terrible at lying. I can't keep them straight in my head. So for me, it's just so much easier to be like, this is what I'm up to. If you don't like it, sorry.
How do you feel about gambling?
I don't really love gambling myself. Like, I don't have whatever that bug is for gambling. I don't have it. Like, I can play, and as soon as I lose, I'm like, well, I'm done with that, and I get up. I don't know. For me, it's like, it was exciting for me when I only had like $200 to my name, because then it was like, all right, this is it. And it was this huge now, like, I would just feel so bad if I were like if I put myself in a hole gambling right now, it would just be horrible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, working in, like, for an electrician for $60 a day, and then like losing that on one hand is like kind of funny. But if I lost like a month worth of income, it'd be like, damn, this is actually sad now. This is right. So I don't like doing it, man. I still gamble with like maybe a couple $100, and I'm like, whatever. And if I lose, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I just leave. I don't understand how these guys do that, where they're putting like $100,000 on the table.
I don't get it either.
Yeah,
it's not for me. I've done enough risky stuff in my life. I'm like, good on gambling, man.
I've never placed a bet in a casino in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I've done like sports betting a couple times.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I ever mentioned this. My mother's father, so my maternal grandfather, like, gambled all his money away and blew his brains out.
Oh, no.
God,
Okay.
no,
Well,
you've never mentioned that.
I never met the guy, or I don't think that happened when I was like 2, so I never knew him.
damn.
And it's crazy because everybody in my family, like on my mom's side, like crazy alcoholics and all this, and I had no problem diving headfirst into every bottle of booze I could find. But somehow, like, that was my signal that I'm not a gambler.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
which
terrifying.
makes me even
Or you'd
more.
rather spend all your money on the booze.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. I've never understood it.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like, if I'm gonna do something, I want something at the end of it. If I just lose money, because I would go to a casino and lose money, and then I would just think about the guy who owns the casino just raking my money into this big blind machine. I would get so sad and be like, this sucks, man.
Yeah, that was the other thing too. I remember, like, I've just the growing up. I'm not that old, and they're putting up the Luxor. Like this new casino, like each casino is more badass than the one before. Like, it's pretty evident.
Yeah.
Like that whole dynamic.
Yeah, where that's coming from.
Yeah, right.
I get sad in casinos. When I walk in them, I get kind of, when I see, especially like the retired people just sinking coins into them, like they're, they got done working, now they're just like watching these lights blink and just feeding coins.
Wasting their
yeah,
life.
it's kind of like,
Right.
when I see that, I'm like, God damn.
Like, I'll do shows in casinos. By the way, I should flag, like, what a hypocrite I am for having, like, promoted gambling on the podcast so much in the past. I finally kind of woke up, and at one point I was like, wow, like, I don't know why I'm doing this, and I stopped.
Yeah.
So I don't promote gambling anymore, but still a hypocrite for having done it in the past.
Yeah.
But I'll still do shows. And, I get booked in casinos. I don't have an issue with that. Like, casino gigs are always really awesome for comedy, the way I look at it. And when I'm leaving the show, and, like, it's kind of I don't want to, like, be stopping to take photos with people. Like, all I got to do is just detour through the slot machines, because they're all just
Not paying
zombies.
attention. Yeah.
Just zombies, just, like, and I can just, like, make my way through no problem.
Yeah, the casino shows, they are fun. They pay well. But yeah, if you think about it, you're leading, like, I do them too. But yeah, you are leading like 1,000 people on the casino floor.
Yeah, I wonder, like, in one sense, it's like, they're not gambling. They're sitting in my show watching me, do my thing. But they're in the casino because they can't. And then I brought them there, and before they leave, they're gonna be.
Yeah, but I don't know. For me, it's like, the way I think about it is like, I get that. There's tons of data on gambling apps, and like it is kind of, you know, can be a disaster for people like losing their money.
I think
and blah,
it's
blah,
a
blah.
gnarly epidemic.
I think it's bad. You know, we do fantasy sports betting. It's totally different, but but yeah, I always was kind of like, yeah, I get it. I don't feel good. I feel it's funny. I can do the gambling stuff, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I had Mountain Dew was a sponsor for our pod. I felt like the spawn of Satan promoting Mountain Dew because I'm like, this shit is fucking so bad for people.
Yeah.
But I like had fun with the ads, but that's the one I was like, man, because I'm really against eating like bad stuff like that. That was the one that felt dirty. That felt dirty to me. I was like, this isn't right, man.
I would have a lot of trouble with that.
I had to hold the can on the thing and be like, guys, I love this. And I made fun of it the whole time. To be fair, I just blatantly made fun of it the entire time because they'd be like, what kind of stuff do you do when you drink Mountain Dew? And I'd be like, you know, I would do a thing like me and my friends would wrestle. It'd always end up with us just like, you know, sucking each other off in the Mountain Dew head. And those companies stick with you. You can say the craziest shit. And they're like, yeah, do another one. Don't mention Yellow 5. And it's like, I can talk about drinking Mountain Dew and blowing all of my friends, but I can't talk about Yellow 5.
Are you familiar with Adam Friedland? Is it Friedland?
Yeah.
Friedland, yeah.
That guy is such a conundrum to me. Like, and if anybody has ever, like, with his ad reads, the fact that sponsors stick with that show, the way that they approach their ad reads is so utterly hysterical to me. And huge props to that guy. But like every time I've linked up with him on a podcast, it's just been a disaster for me.
Huge disaster.
Huge, because I do not know how to, like, I just don't. We're not on the same wavelength. Yeah. We're not on the same wavelength, and I'm just like sitting there, like not getting it, and just like it just doesn't go my way.
What kind of stuff does he do in terms of like disaster? Like, how is it a disaster?
Like, well, I mean, it's just his whole thing, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Just like, and I don't know. People like I caught a lot of crap. Like they're like, he had like Al Gore on, who got it better than I did. Yeah, but huge props to that guy, man.
Yeah.
I only brought him up because the way he does ad reads.
That makes sense.
It's utterly outrageous.
Oh, it is
man.
funny with the ads because you can go pretty insane on the companies you're reading, and sometimes they're like, that was hilarious, and you're like, okay.
Did I mention that this guy's reckless? Now, unlike him, I don't really like to shit on my sponsors, but I'll tell you, I love to shit with my sponsors, particularly with my favorite sponsor ever for the Wild Ride podcast. You know what it is? It's HelloTushy.com with those sweet, wonderful bidets that just pressure clean my butthole, and it's impossible to poop without them. I mean, God, I love bidets. Once you use me, you can never go back. And now, like, with the one that blow dries my butthole, get out of here. Seat warmer, like, pressure clean my butthole with warm water, then blow dry it afterwards. I'm talking about heaven on earth. And if you want to get 10% off your first purchase, then go to HelloTushy.com and use the promo code SteveO10. I'm telling you, once you do it, you're never going to go back. This is the greatest thing, and that's why I've always said since day one, HelloTushy.com is my favorite sponsor of the Wild Ride podcast. So for 10% off your first order, HelloTushy.com, use the promo code SteveO10. Now let's ride this baby all the way home.
Dude, they'd be like talk about issues you're dealing with, and I'm like, I cannot stop. I have like bouts of bestiality. And like, they're just like, yep, here's another ad next week, and you're like, how? Make this make sense. I'm like, hey, it's my issue. You guys, you know.
Dad, like, I gotta ask, like, are you okay with saying that on the record?
You know, I do get in trouble for just joking. They're like, people will be like, oh,
right.
He's serious. And it's like, no, Never serious.
We do BetterHelp reads, all the time. It would never occur to me.
I can't help it. I can't help. Just like as soon as I'm reading the ad, I just feel like I'm back in school, and I'm like, I can't help just fucking around a little bit. And then I'm with Shane on the podcast, so then we'll start kind of like fester, feeding off each other, and we'll just make each other laugh. Oh my God.
Now, you know where I'm in my head right now is, dude, like I've done so wrong by my audience by taking all the ad reads so seriously.
You're just now realizing that?
You can get away with murder, dude.
You can, so why wouldn't you ever say anything?
I have in the past.
Okay, what did you say?
I was like, dude, you spend more time doing the fucking ad reads than we do preparing for an episode.
I do get it though, because like, to be honest, those ads, they do shell out, and you feel kind of indebted. You're like, damn, all right. Let me hold up my end of the bargain.
100%. Thank you for that.
But the problem is like, it's like, how do I get people to watch this? So then if you do mess around, more people don't skip them. I just want the ad companies to learn, if they were to do 10-second ads, they all want the minute. Do 10 seconds, more people will listen to it. If you're like, here's the company, this is what they do, they're great, next. And like, for some reason, once you sink into a minute of a scripted ad read, people are like,
sure, and
banging that fast forward button. So it's like, dude.
And dude, the fast forward button is so sophisticated now. Dude. Like, it's not just like you gotta hit it.
We shouldn't even talk about this. Yeah, I know. I see
it. Oh my God. But dude, it sounds like you've cracked the code. You've got to shit on the sponsor. You shit on the sponsor so like unbelievably egregiously that people are glued to the actual ad.
I know. And then
like, everybody's happy. The listener's happy. The sponsor's happy. Like,
sometimes. It's a fine line. It is a fine line. But again, it's like, there's some companies I'm like, I love his product. Even if I like love the product, you'll still mess around or like make fun of the copy is real fun. If they give you bad copy, it's fun to just be like, who the fuck wrote this? But it's a delicate dance.
I'm going to be recording ad reads later tonight.
Dude,
and I'm going to run it by the team. I'm going to run it by the team and say, guys, I'm feeling a little bit mischievous. Humor me.
Hey, or just all biz. You can go all biz.
I mean, like, it's what you said. Like, these people are shelling out money. Like, I just did, like...
Yeah, but here's the thing with our demographic. The people that watch our show, they give us so much shit about our fucking ads.
Everyone. They hate them.
But if, like, we were to make it funny, maybe they'd fucking stick around and shut the fuck up in the comment section.
You'll never win, because then you'll get people being like, fuck this. It's like, just do your thing, man. That shit. I used to drive myself nuts with that stuff. Of like... Yeah. Because then, like, especially if you get into comment reading, which is like, it's gonna be a carcinogen. If once they finally study this 50 years from now, like, oh, internet comments give you heart attack. They're probably so bad for you. Dude, it's like coal miner dust.
It really is.
I swear to God.
For sure.
But dude, it's like the weirdest is when like because I used to like I'll still read them. I can't help it, but like. You read them and you're like, it's like great stuff, great. And then it's like, this guy sucks. And I seek those out and I go, ah! But then you'll get conflicting ones and you go, I don't know what to believe.
The only ones that you even consider responding to are the negative ones.
Yeah.
You'll be like, great, loved it. I'm like, these idiots don't know anything. Like, I hate this guy. I'm like, ah! Fuck.
Nah, oh my God. It's so true, dude. It's so true.
I do like thinking about like, because I don't think anyone's immune to it. I really don't. Like thinking of like, I don't know, like the top of like Johnny Depp or like some master actor hitting just a negative comment in like a mansion in a silk robe being like, fucking asshole, just ruining their whole day.
I think Dana White legitimately thrives on negative comments.
Yeah, true. He's so funny.
He's such a boss, dude.
And like him when he has to corral his UFC fighters when the UFC fighters get political and they'll be like the Nazis are actually aliens from outer space who try. And he has to be like, yeah, that guy's a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Dude, I'm so aware of the fighter you're referencing right here. His fighter name is Thug Nasty. And like right after that scandal, like his next fight, I texted Rogan. I was like, dude, like, next up, Thug Nazi. And Rogan actually texted back.
Yeah, you got him. Yeah,
I couldn't believe that. Like,
That was good.
I couldn't believe that wasn't. Maybe I'm sure it was, but I was like, wow, dude, like.
you got it. It could be his new name, but yeah, it's also, it's also like, you know, because I grew up working on like construction sites, so it's like I've encountered these guys like 100 times in every single form. I mean, I used to believe ancient aliens. I would talk ancient aliens on a job site, being like,
Well, right.
this is true. Like this is the one like finally a show for me. So it's like when you like really scratch the surface of just like the day-to-day world, there's dudes kicking around with the craziest like things going on in their heads, and it's like, what do you expect from a guy who's punching other guys for a living? Like, you give him a microphone, like, what do you believe about this? It's going to be just like regurgitating an insane YouTube video.
Right. And it's so weird because that particular fighter is like diehard Christian. And all he wants is like, hey, everyone love. I would never, it's like everything that comes out of him is just like such positivity that this was like a real curveball. Yeah. And what was crazy, the guy lives in Arkansas, and he decided to start his own podcast, and it was called Arkansanity. And episode 1 is where he espoused all of this.
What did he exactly get in trouble for? I forget.
He said according to his research.
Oh, perfect. Beautiful.
According to his research, Hitler was actually a pretty good guy.
Oh, okay.
That was basically the gist of it. And like
His back was against the wall.
I just think bless his heart, he's just not the smartest guy.
Dude, I'm telling you, those videos can get you, man. Those videos will get anyone. I used to live, I was in West Philly. I went to Drexel, and I had like a little house up the street from my 2 brothers who had a house. And I had fleas in my house, so I had to stay with my brothers on like the, pull-out couch. And there was this Canadian guy who was like their roommate, because they had like, always had like a 4th bedroom they rented out on Craigslist. And I remember sleeping on the couch, and this Canadian dude would stay up every night and watch this documentary. I don't know if it was The Ring of Power. It was one of those like old school, like Illuminati documentaries. It's like a 3 or 4 parter. So like the one night I'm watching some, I fall asleep. Second night I'm watching. By the 3rd installment of it, it was full like lizard. It had gone from like the Pope is still in control of the London, and I'm like, okay, maybe he is. I don't fucking know. And then they jump little lines of logic until you're literally on lizard people, and you're like, how the fuck did I get here? But I can see it getting people for sure, especially if you're a younger man. That's like, because you're like, when you're a young man, like, I don't know, everyone just shits on you. You're at the bottom of the bottom, and if anyone's like, here's what's going on, and it like, these are bad guys, and you're like, yes, of course.
It's interesting. You said when you're a younger man, and like, I feel like I saw a YouTube video about how like demographically, like economically, it's like young white men are now like just way behind the game.
What, like, you mean like job wise, or
like job wise, like certainly like behind women. Like women are crushing it way more than dudes at this point.
Yeah, for sure. And also too, like, so with the conspiracy stuff, a lot of that is there's like, it's a lot of white men. Dude, don't sleep on black dudes and their conspiracies. Black dude conspiracies are wild. They get into some wild shit. Remember the fucking the Hebrews thing? That was Kyrie Irving got caught up in that.
Oh yeah. I remember that was not that long ago.
Dude, I've done some comedy shows years ago where I've gotten into like if it was like a more black show, just hitting me with like all the rappers. If you're in the bathtub with bubbles, that means that like you got plowed. It was like there's this whole lore of gay rappers. So like, don't sleep on their conspiracies, dude. Right. RH blood type. Just don't get me started. But there's the thing, man. It's like, I don't know. You're just on the internet and you're just watching. Eventually they start hitting you with stuff, and it's like, you don't know what's true, and you just go, well, shit. This is kind of compelling. And
All right, Matt, I'm going to need
Sorry.
your... I got a little uncomfortable right there.
Guys, can I tell you the truth? No.
I'm going to need your opinion on this guy.
I'm a tattoo artist, and my client wanted her grandma's ashes put into the ink. I didn't think it'd be sterile, but I also didn't want to let her down. So I threw the ashes in the trash, and feel kind of bad because now grandma's in a dump somewhere.
Damn.
I mean, it's totally unnecessary. Like, I mean, I guess you could say I give tattoos.
Yeah.
I've been a prolific tattoo guy, especially as of late. I take the whole protocol super seriously. You know, bloodborne pathogens, like, you know, I tattoo in shops, like the whole deal. I get it. It's not sterile. You don't do that. But you could say that. You know?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I just can't do that. Like, it would be technically illegal because it would break my code of, like, you know.
So if somebody was to
Yeah, for
ask
sure.
you to do it, you wouldn't do it?
Could you make the ink out of the ashes, though? Is that possible?
I wonder if there's a way to sterilize them. I don't know. But, I mean, he wanted to be a bro. His only reason for throwing them out and not telling her was that he wanted her to believe, you know, he wanted to, like, didn't want to let her down.
Yeah.
So he threw her grandmother out.
Threw her in the trash.
I don't know. He could have buried them or something or scattered them off a cliff.
Like, he was fine, and I would not have even considered him being a piece of shit up until he left us that voicemail. It's actually the act of leaving us the voicemail
Makes him a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
If he
too,
just-
I'd be suspicious if I was the person to be like, so you, like, what are the chances all of the ashes were the perfect amount of ink for this one tattoo? Because you would think you'd have to hand her some leftover, like, yo, I use like a half of the ashes, take the other one.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But he was like, yeah, I'll take them all. And they were just like, oh, sweet. That perfectly translated to this whole tattoo.
Right. Especially since, like, there's a pretty decent amount of ashes that come from a dead body.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Like,
Wait, what?
I know, like, okay.
How much are we talking in terms of like
It's
ounces?
It's ounces. Okay, I'll try to make this quick. I get in trouble for telling too many stories
Yeah.
and making shit all about me. When I was in rehab, there was this older guy, and we were in some group, and I just like had an off the cuff comment. I was like, you know, like, I'm committed to my sobriety. I never want to snort anything up my nose again ever, except maybe I would consider snorting my mom's ashes. You know, and this old guy was super offended by that, but I was just like, you know, maybe it would be wild, like I'd snort my mom's ashes. I was just being wild, right?
Yeah.
And then the reality was that mom's ashes were on the top shelf of my sister's bedroom closet for like the longest time, right? She just didn't have an idea for what to do with it. My dad goes and sees a psychic, and the psychic says, hey, your mom, your ex-wife wants to be released. And we're like, whoa, okay. So now we got to come up with a way to you know, release my mom's ashes. So we were like, okay, we're gonna do it at sea. So my sister and I like call up a boat charter company to you know, like go to scatter mom's ashes at sea. And we're originally going to do this because the psychic like knew that the ashes were in the bedroom, like on the shelf in the closet or whatever. I don't know how specific, but that needed to be scattered. We're urgent to do this, but it was like not that great of weather for the boat. You know, it was like a little choppy, a little windy, you know,
Yeah.
but we got to get this done. So we just go out on like kind of choppy, it's windy. Like I get this it's a big bag.
Yeah.
It's a big ass bag of ashes. And I'm standing on the boat and it's kind of rocky. And like, I get the bag open and I just heave it back and swing it right to dirt. But the gust of wind just kind of the gust gust of wind just kind of caught it and like blew it into my face, and I just happened to be breathing in. And like the wind blew my mom's ashes to my face, and I snorted. I'm just start cracking up.
You're just like, why wasn't I rolling on that?
And I'm just kind of cracking up because like I ended up snorting my mom's ashes. I didn't inadvertently. I snorted her ashes.
Didn't get it on camera.
Yeah, like I mean, it would be pretty whack to be filming that.
Yeah,
scene.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, I wouldn't film that scene to begin with. But I think my mom would have had a great sense of humor about that. I believe. You know, we scattered her, and then and it was just a fuck ton of ashes. It was like
I never thought. I thought it was. Yeah, I'd always assumed it was like a little tiny pile.
Not even a little, dude. It's a lot. Like, guys, I had somebody bring me a glass container. It was like an elephant glass container, and it had their dad's ashes. She said, "Will you sign this?" I was like, "Man, I feel kind of weird signing your dad's ashes." And I was like, "That's not all of it." Oh no, that's just a little portion. Of
Oh,
it.
okay.
So yeah, to your point with the tattoo, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, they could bring the tiniest thimble, the tiniest.
Mm-hmm.
It would be less than 1% of the cumulative sum.
That's what I would think. Yeah.
So, absolutely, there would be plenty to get back. So that's where this guy might have blown it. If he threw out like what do you call it? A 3-finger lid. Yeah, and then one last thing about scattering my mom's ashes. After we did that, driving up I-95 in South Florida, there were 2 full rainbows that were not within each other, but side by side.
Oh, that's cool.
Like one
that's
for my
cool.
sister and one for me. And like ever since then, whenever I see a rainbow, it makes me think of my mom.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I recently was driving my daughters and we saw a double rainbow, and in like I guess from,
Double next to each other? Or?
just on top of each other.
Yeah.
But the funny part, while we're driving and like sometimes just like the angle you hit, the rainbow kind of disappears. And my daughter was like, where'd the rainbow go? And I was like, dude, the rainbows go back into your heart. And she was like, I feel it in there. And I was just driving like, God, that's so fucking nice, man. I feel so nice. She still thinks they like leave the sky and enter her heart.
That's so nice. Or like, man, I really killed that one.
Yeah, really. I was like, that's such a good line.
Man, I just like, it's the best dad ever.
She's like, I feel it in there. And I was like, fuck, that's awesome.
How, dude, being a dad, man, how scary is that?
It's terrifying, dude. It's so terrifying. Like at first you're like, yeah, man, it's just like, I'll do my thing. I just have a kid at home, and you try to like compartmentalize it where you're like, there's just a person here. And then like you just have these moments where you're staring at their face and you're like, oh my God, I'm responsible for like shaping your entire life and psyche, and you just go, oh, I better not fuck this up. And it's like the most astounding pressure hits you, and you're just kind of like, it's like dizzying.
Well, right. And I mean,
Or you can just drink and be like, fuck this kid.
well, I mean, like, hypothetically, you do everything absolutely correctly,
Yeah.
and like the world is just.
That's a whole other fear. You're like, damn, I
Right.
could do this all, and then the world is all one way, and yeah, so it's just like
For me, like,
it's anxiety inducing.
I don't want to be like, a naysayer, or like, but like, with parenting, like, I could not have been more sure about my vasectomy.
Yeah.
Like if I were to construct a pros and cons list, like on the cons, I've got highly problematic DNA. I told you about my grandpa. Like I didn't tell you about my mom, her brother, her sister.
Yeah.
Like all the way up the family tree.
Yeah.
Like not a leaf, not a single leaf escaped it. Like
Not a straight branch.
nothing. Like absolutely twisted, terrible. Like and I had a very, if you can believe it, uncomfortable childhood. I remain uncomfortable because I'm not a comfortable person. I have problematic DNA that I just don't want to pass on. Like I'm also like rather on the selfish and self-centered side, like giving up all of my time. Like this is not attractive. That's a con.
Yeah.
And then like the rich getting richer, and we're about to see the world's first trillionaire.
Yeah.
Like the the dwindling opportunity that
Yeah.
like
Yeah, no, these are all real fears.
Right. I mean, and like the environment and
Water could be disappearing soon, so that would suck.
I mean, dude, like the AI, AI like takes more energy than like anything. We've been at a point where if we don't cut off like fossil fuel emissions like right now, then it's game over. Like for the Earth.
Yeah, I've heard
that. and not only are we not cutting it off right now, each year we set a new we blast the record for more emissions. We're not even scaling back. We're making zero progress. We're piling on more and more new records. And that was already the case before AI showed up, requiring more energy than anything.
Yeah.
And that's just like the energy requirements. But on top of that, these data centers, which take all the energy, need to be kept cool. And so you got to run air conditioning when spraying water. And it's literally like for the billionaires to become trillionaires, they need so much water to cool these data centers to keep the AI going that it's going to be literally a question of whether like people die of thirst or the AI gets the water to cool off the data centers. There's not going to be enough water to do both.
Well, no, and there's also I've heard, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard the humming of the data centers like disturbs people's sleep patterns. When they put those things near people's houses, they're saying they're having like horrible fucked up nightmares, and like just it has like a mental disturbance because it's like a low grade hum that you can't hear. That's just like in the background and just completely through it. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not. But I mean, I don't know. Hopefully we'll get better Google searches.
Right.
We'll get good Google searches.
Do you use ChatGPT?
Sometimes I've like experimented with it, and it has its good things and it has things that are kind of like this isn't that great, but there's like certain things it is actually pretty great for. I think it's pretty great for certain things.
Dude, I'm so bummed to admit that I've been like I use it to like get ready for podcasts and stuff. I today in preparing for this podcast, I like for the first time ever like ran by, hey, what do you think about this? Like I asked ChatGPT what it thought of me asking you, is it true that you wanted to be at the Riyadh Comedy Festival so badly that you flew yourself over there to be an audience member?
What was ChatGPT's response?
I like that came from me.
That's funny.
It came back with like, oh, dude, like take it even further. Like tell him like rumor is, this came from ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Rumor is that you were in the parking lot like handing out flash drives of your comedy sets saying Prince Faisal, please. And we were like,
that was so funny, actually.
I told Vinny this, and we're both like, fuck. So bummed that ChatGPT was writing bangers.
Yeah. I've tested it, and then sometimes I'll give it nonsense to be like, is this funny? And it's like, yes. And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. And it's literally just been like, you got me. Thanks for keeping me honest. I'm like, what the fuck is that about? So,
dude, for sure.
Yeah, I don't worry about it in that regard, but it was really just a spin off your idea, which is being so desperate to just show up and be like, or the first person getting caught lying, being like, yeah, I was there. Yeah, it was just the world's best comedians. I was there for sure. Or the best lie would be obviously like, they offered me money, I turned it down. It was a fucking ton. It was a ton.
They offered me money. No, I said no. I'm paying my own way.
I'll be there. What'd you think of the hands in the sand ceremony?
Oh, dude, I'm not aware of it.
Oh, they did pictures where like all the comedians said put their hands in the sand and like do like some weird Saudi
like
Arabian
cement.
Nah, it was sand, but similar to that. But it was just sand. It was. I don't know if they poured the things or what.
Right.
But it was kind of like the Hollywood Star, but you just put your hands in the sand and
Were they actually wearing like is it called a balaclava? Like the robe thing?
No, that's when he had the eye mask.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
But-
I think what they did is you put your hands in the sand, and then they took that sand and put it in a big bag and just like hit a citizen in the head. I just dropped it on a journalist.
Dude, did you hear that? What is it called? Crack Amico rap
I did.
song?
I saw it, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
I saw it.
You know what? Like, there's just there were a few things in it that really just were just too distasteful, like just too jarring and like not funny. Like, oh, like that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Like it could have been such great comedy, but it was like
That's kind of his thing. He goes super, super, super hard. So, that's his whole thing. But yeah, for me, it's like that stuff's funny. I watch it. I'm like, cool. The one thing I don't like though is when I see a lot of comedians dragging each other, because I'm like, dude, we don't need to do this, man. When it's like that motherfucker to this and and it's like,
right.
just don't do it, man. I get it because you get the buzz and you get the high from it, but like it is going to crash on you because now you're feeding into a sea of people who just love seeing people taken down, and
Well,
now you're in their
right.
sights. It's like, man, just leave that shit alone.
And
They'll get you.
There's been so many iterations of it. I feel like
Oh yeah, you're right. Completely right.
like West versus East.
Mm-hmm.
Like it got like crazy, like the rap
Yeah,
world.
it did, man.
Like LA versus New York
Yeah.
went nuts when like the Me Too movement, people were like, like New York was being pretty harsh to LA. Over like, oh, somebody got like caught up in a Me Too scandal, and you just watch all of the LA comics like systematically distance themselves.
Yeah, man.
Like,
it's been going on. It started. I was in Philly doing stand up in 2016, and that was the first one of like, people being like, they just became like super political activists. And there's people who was like, we just want to do stand up. Like, I don't want to deal with this stuff. And then people started choosing sides and trying to like take each other out based on that. And then, then it rolled into the Me Too, which rolled into this, which now we're, years later fighting over Saudi Arabian comedy. It's like, I don't know, man. It's just like, it sucks because as a comedian, you do talk about stuff, so you can't avoid certain things.
right.
But man, it does. Like as I get older, I'm like, dude, don't just
When
I don't know. It's a tough thing. 'Cause I don't want to tell anyone what to say. Say what you want,
Sure.
but man, it's
when,
tough.
when you and Shane were fucking going through it over like the old podcast clips
Mm-hmm.
being dug up, like were comedians like distancing themselves from you?
Yeah, I mean that was so. I think because that all happened so fast. Because we're doing the podcast, we're just kind of putting along. It was going pretty well. Shane got offered SNL. And that's when a lot of Philly comedians just came out of the woodwork, just saying like horrible shit about him. Like he did, because again, for me, I take a cynical view of it, but there seemed to be a lot of people who were just cool not so long ago. And now all of a sudden he was getting a buzz. A lot of people started like kind of attaching themselves to him and being like, he did this fucked up thing. And I couldn't help you. Like, are you trying to get like some sort of attention at first? Like, I don't know, man. But it was like, there was a lot of just like negative backbiting from people like we were cool with like, 2 months before. So, that was tough to watch, but yeah, man, that like kicked it off. And then, you got canceled right away from the SNL brought eyes on the thing. They found one thing and like, you're done. So some people did, then other people didn't. But like, I'm sorry, that's like a long answer to the one question.
Dude.
So yeah, some people did. Some people play it neutral, and then some people, are just like, yeah, we're riding with you. But like, yeah, there's a lot of that. A lot of like kind of maneuvering. That's kind of like, like you a lot of times people say stuff publicly and then see you and be like, hey man, just, I didn't mean anything by it. So, whatever. But it's
Wow.
like the thing for me is like, at the end of the day, it's like you're a comedian, you're just trying to make people laugh, man. It's like that's all I think about. I'm like, I am going to a room full of people, I'm gonna try to make them laugh, and then I'm gonna go home, and all the drama and shit around it, it's like, man, I don't
Dude, I love that,
I
dude.
fucking want it. I don't want anything to do with that. And at the same time too, it's like, because I think about all the internet fights of like Austin versus LA and dude, if I like explain this to my dad, he would be like, shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, I would start telling him and he'd be like, what did you, he wouldn't even register it in his brain. And then eventually I'd be like, no, this, and then these, and he'd be like, you guys are fucking losers. Shut the fuck up.
That
Like,
makes perfect sense to
to
me.
get paid that much to do something like as a comedian and stuff and be like, well, this guy doesn't like me because he's you'd be like, shut the fuck up, man.
Right.
I've been demolishing elevator shafts. I don't want to hear you cry because people called you gay on the internet. Like, I don't want to hear about that, you know? So it's like, I always think about that too, where it's like people deal with way more stuff. It feels more immediate because it's you. It's like your personality is getting just shredded online by strangers. But at the end of the day, it's also like kind of not real in a sense, you know?
Dude.
It does hurt though, dude. I still read every bad comment. I go, how could you, man? How could you do it to me?
Dude, it's insane. All right. So, then we're going to fucking wrap it up. Dude, I'm nervous about this one. I think this is fantastic.
Yeah, we did cover some stuff.
This one might need a cold open. But dude, Matt, man, thank you so much.
Thank you so
brother.
much, man. Appreciate it.
There you have it, folks. A great guy, Matt McCusker. And, dude, I've had a wild week, man. So excited to go home to Tennessee. And I'll be there for like 8 days before back on the road. And, man, if you've seen my Crash and Burn tour, then, like, holler about it. Because, man, I'm so thrilled about it. It was a big task to follow up the bucket list. And, dude, I fought for it. I went to war for the last, like, more than a year. I really, really have put in the work to a point where I'm thrilled with this show. So please do find me on tour. And please do have a wonderful day, because I love you for sticking around to the end, my wonderful street team. Thank you.